So today I'm going to do a quick follow-up on my BAKFLIP MX4 bed cover. I've owned it for approximately 18 months at this point. I've had it through an Alaska winter, it rains in Georgia. So I feel like I got a pretty good understanding out of its weak points and its strengths. So we'll go over kind of the things that bother me about it the most, and then we'll talk about other options you might want to look into. So overall, bed cover does its job. It keeps the majority of the weather out. Every now and then some rain will get through. Generally around the tailgate here, probably through these gaps located at the top of the tailgate. In the winter, you don't really have any trouble folding this up. Unless you have a ton of ice built up, you should be fine. It'll open and you can fold it up. I wouldn't necessarily leave it folded for a long time in the winter, because that might hurt the rubber seals in some way on the top portion here of the bed cover. But I shouldn't have many issues. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about was it from like a security aspect. It's still just as good as it was new. Obviously it's fairly secure. No one's gonna be able to cut through. It's not like it's like falling apart or anything like that. So it's been pretty good over the 18 months that I've had it. Going on a couple things that bother me about it, or main issues that I've had. The first thing, it's gotta be the thing that annoys me the most, is that the top scratches super easily. So if we look right here, I laid a case down or something that had a metal hinge on it, and just scratched it right up. We've got another one over here, pretty long, and even over here, I know it's filthy, it might be hard to see, but right here, we got a pretty good dent. Obviously, it took the finish off as well. So this cover is not the most, scratch and dent resistant. Going on to another thing that bothers me. So this model has these clips that you can use. Alright, so you can open it halfway, lock it down while you're driving, won't have any issues. This female portion of the clip that is used for storage came off. It would come off every week, it seemed like, for a while, and eventually I just left it off. But I used some Gorilla Glue just to put that back in there. The issue was that the hole that was drilled on the aluminum piece of frame, if you will, basically was drilled too wide in diameter, so therefore the screws had nothing to hold on to. Haven't had any issues with the other side, but just this one was falling off a ton. But it was an easy fix, not a big deal. Alright, the last thing that bothers me are, as you can see one right there, these locking rods, if you will, these support rods that lock in to allow you to basically put up your cover so it won't fall down. You can drive around like this. These come off all the time while they're sitting here in your truck. So they latch in right there. What happens if you're on a rough road and your bed's shaking around a lot, these will eventually unscrew and fall on the floor of the truck like that. So I'm actually going to fix that today with some Loctite. All these issues aren't really huge deals. They're just kind of annoying when you pay, $800 or so for an item, and then you got to deal with little annoyances like that. So overall, this bed cover is pretty sufficient and does its job, but I do have some reservations about it. And a couple of the different options you have, at least from BAKFLIP, you could look at the BAKFLIP F1, which I believe has a polymer top. I think the fiberglass reinforced polymer is what they call it. And also the FiberMax is also made by BAKFLIP, which again has a fiberglass reinforced polymer top, so I don't think you'll have much scratching issues with that. At least it won't scratch through to bare metal. And you should generally have the same options. I think the FiberMax, you don't get the clips up here to lock into, but I think that's one of the main differences. So that's my 18-month update, and hope you guys let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.